is just meditating. And I think, like many of you out there, I keep oscillating between total fear of history repeating itself and what we're seeing right now, a very real possibility, as well as being hopeful because of how I'm seeing people band together and not taking what's happening. And I want to ask you to just be mindful of people who are trying to create more division right now instead of unity. It is totally okay to call out problematic practices. Just be careful of who you're listening to and how they're calling it out. And if they are trying to create more division or trying to help you understand a problem to create more unity. So for example, I don't believe in the splitting of 3D and 5D timelines. I think that we came here to be human. And in being human, we're just supposed to do that, right? We're not trying to escape being human and ascend into some magical land. We came here to live on Earth and be humans. And so to do that, you have to participate. And not only the enlightened ones or ones who have, ascended are going to be taken on this better path away from this path of destruction. No. But the more that of humanity that wakes up, the more of us who consciously become aware of how interconnected we all are and how much happier we are as a whole in general. Now, that's not to bypass feelings, because you can be a happier individual and still have the full range of human emotions, because you should. That's healthy, right? We're humans. We should have all the emotions. I don't agree that emotions are high vibe or low vibe necessarily, right? Because nothing's better than anything else. But I do know that when we are living in fear, we manifest that. But when we're living in a place of hope, then we can help manifest that too. Does that mean that things are going to be easy and not hard? Absolutely not. We're human. But it does help us get to where we want to go. So let's think about the civil rights movement. And if MLK and everybody that was marching would have stopped after they couldn't get across the bridge the first time, there wouldn't be voting rights in America, right? But they still had to have hope that despite what they were facing, that they could still make a change. And then they did. But that doesn't mean it wasn't hard getting there. So what I had initially come on here to say is that it's fairly easy right now for us to imagine the worst of what's to come. The camps, food deserts, complete decimation of what we know to be life right now, right? That's a very real possibility, and one that I think most of us can see pretty clearly. And I think that we should know that that is a really real possibility, because that keeps us fighting against it, right? If we don't see that, then we become complacent, and then we're not going to stand up and fight against it. But I also think that it's okay for you to dream of a future that's not that too. And that's not to bypass this real reality that we could potentially be facing. But when we say, yes, I see that, and me as a person, I refuse to accept that reality, and I'm going to do everything that I can in this physical plane to make that happen. I'm going to call, I'm going to march, I'm going to donate, I'm going to volunteer, I'm going to build community, I'm going to do all the things on my own, but I'm also going to have hope that something better is coming. So I'm acknowledging the very real and scary possibility that is our future right now in America. But I'm also hopeful that I'm still going to get to live in my mini princess castle and grow most of my own food, and that I have a beautiful, huge family, and that everything will eventually be okay. Both of those can be true at the same time. And I'm not bypassing anyone. I'm very aware of what's at stake for me as a member of the LGBTQIA community, what's at stake for my children as little Black boys in America, and my friends and family who could be impacted by, these winter boots. All of these things are very real in my life. I'm not ignoring them, but I'm also hopeful that enough of us are going to stand up that this won't be our reality forever. And that picture perfect Disney princess ending that I've wanted since I was 6 years old can still happen too. Both of those are okay to hold.